Not all people understand that coral is a living animal.
All the damage that they're incurring as a result of human activities is making them much less resilient to climate change.
I mean, they're an incredibly sensitive ecosystem. They're really where the ocean comes up to the land. It's a very thin, narrow band, and they only occur in shallow water, about 20 to 30 meters.
Planting coral, it is a process which is starting from mainland to the sea.
On this week's episode of Wildlife Warriors, meet Katana Ngala, who is part of a community initiative responsible for saving Kenya's coral reefs.
It's a beautiful morning here. The sea is calm and it looks like an endless expanse of water. But less than a kilometer away is the coral reef. Coral reefs represent less than 1% of the world's seas, but they contain more than a quarter of the biodiversity. And they play such an important role in the lives and livelihoods of people all around the world. They provide food, jobs, tourism, and many other benefits. But all coral reefs around the world are in trouble due to overfishing, development on beaches, pollution, and climate change. I'm here in Kuruwitu on the coast of Kenya, where a tiny community project has catalyzed a national movement to save our coral reefs.
The coral reefs of Kenya are part of a fringing reef system that follows the coast from the Red Sea to Mozambique, a distance of over 4,000 kilometers.
I'm at the Kuruwitu Research Center here near Vipingo. This place has done such amazing work on marine conservation that it's attracted scientists and conservationists from around the world to learn about their model. And I'm here to meet a very special man. Hi,
Hello.
Katana.
Hi, Paula.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Very good, thanks. Lovely to be here.
Katana Ngala is an amazing ocean champion who launched a project to restore the coral reef for his community.
I was born in Kuruwitu village. I used to teach myself how to swim and how to fish. Up to now, I'm still fishing.
As a boy, Katana remembers the seas here being full of fish and sea life. But today, that is no longer the case. Things may have changed in the ocean, but the local community is doing a lot to restore it.
We have managed to protect 8 hectares,
Wow.
whereby 6 landing sites they have managed to unite and protect 1 landing site just as a breeding site.
What will we see when we go out there?
You are going to see butterfly fish, snapper fish, you are going to see rabbit fish, octopus, shells, sea cucumbers.
What about triggerfish? That's one of my favorite fish.
Plenty. We have the Picasso and the orange line triggerfish.
Well, I'm ready with my goggle and my snorkel. When can we go?
Now, because the tide is okay now.
Let's do it.
The whole idea of protecting the reef happened since 2003. The first reason was the fish declining. And the second reason was because of aquarium fishing. Because aquarium fishermen used to come and fish the colorful fish or the ornamental fish, but we were not benefiting from that business. And the solution now was to have a place to conserve as a breeding site.
snorkeling is one of the best ways to observe fish and watch the behavior of sea life. Thanks to the work of the community initiative, this part of the reef is now protected with its boundaries demarked by buoys. It's now teeming with sea life. David Obura is an expert on ocean wildlife, especially coral.
Coral is a very simple marine animal, and the coral reefs that we have over here, these coral species only grow in shallow, tropical, warm waters that are very clear because they need sunlight. And because of the algae growing inside them, they can be incredibly bright and colorful. And they grow in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You can have footballs, you can have large big mounds, you can have branching ones like bushes and trees. And the structure created by the corals provides a habitat for everything else living on the reef. So they're like the trees in a forest.
Coral plays a vital role in a healthy seabed. It encourages the growth of seagrass and other marine life, making it more resilient to impacts of storms and tides, preventing damage and erosion.
Wow.
Wow.
That was amazing. Woo. I saw so many triggerfish, Katana. I saw them like, I don't know, diving in pockets of coral and nibbling on things.
Yeah, you know, triggerfish, they're very funny. They like to pick the sand and sieving it, taking maybe the small worms, then throw out the pieces of sand through their gills.
So that's why I could always see them with a trail of sand coming out of them.
Yeah, and they do that all the time.
But I was amazed when we were swimming towards them, they were like coming, like they're coming towards us.
Yeah, when you see triggerfish doing that, remember that they are guarding their eggs.
Oh, because it's only the big ones which are coming at us.
Yeah, even the medium size, and they are very aggressive when they are protecting their eggs.
But they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see more coral over there. Shall we go and check that one?
Coral provides so much for the marine ecosystem, and thousands of marine animals depend on it for their survival. But there's a big difference between protected and unprotected areas. Katana Ngala has taken me to a protected part of the shoreline full of healthy coral. The complex structure of the coral provides a home to fish and other sea life. And similarly, for the octopus, it gives a place to conceal itself. Octopi can change color to blend in with their surroundings. We've just seen so many different species of sea life, and Katana now spends a little time telling me about what we've just observed.
Wow, that was amazing. That huge coral head over there.
Yeah.
When we went round, there was a very strange reddish fish, but it was upside down. What is that?
That is a lionfish.
But you wouldn't let me get close to it. What's happening?
I couldn't allow you to go close in because lionfish, this species, poisonous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If I touch it?
Can spear you. Then when it spear you, it give you a venom which is very, very bad to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing I didn't come too close. It was so beautiful. It looks like feathers on the body.
And it is like alerting you, don't touch me, I'm a poisonous. Even the other fish, they don't come very close to it.
I noticed there are no fish near it. It has no friends, that fish.
Yeah, no.
Over there, when you were pointing down, there was a hole. But what was in that hole?
I was trying to show you the octopus.
There was an octopus in that hole?
Yeah.
Because I saw the other one. You mean there was more than one?
Yeah, there were 3 of them.
3 octopuses?
Yeah, because one was out, the other one was covering the hole with pieces of corals.
Oh,
And
that's
the
what it
other
was.
one, the coral was out, but once it was hearing us talking, it trying to look us with one eyes.
So
Like
that's what it
what
was.
is happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they stay in the same hole or they move around all the time?
Yeah, they move all around the time, but octopus and lobster, they don't stay together. When the tentacle of the octopus touch the tentacles of the lobster, it is like burning the lobster. Then the lobster disappear.
It's rare to see so many octopus in one area, and even rarer to get this close. We were very lucky to witness their spectacular courtship. At first, the huge female resisted the male's advances by throwing sand at him, but he didn't give up. She finally accepted him.
Well, we've just had the most amazing snorkel here in the marine protected area of Kuruwitu. We've seen so many things, and I even got to have a close encounter with my favorite fish, the Picasso triggerfish. It has been extraordinary and beautiful. And now we're going to go across the other side of the buoys and into the area that is not protected so that we can see the difference. Let's go.
The difference here in the unprotected area is astounding. There's hardly any fish here, and the floor is covered in sea urchins.
Coral reefs and other parts of the ocean face a huge variety of threats. We fish in the coral reef, so we extract a lot of fish from the reef and octopus and other resources. And the reef is really a very small place, and so year on year that pressure really harms the reef. And then on top of all of that, with increasing temperatures in the air and in the sea, the balance between the coral and the algae living inside the tissue is a very fine wine. If they go a little bit too fast, overheat a little bit too much, the whole system collapses. So with global warming, we're really stressing reefs to the limit right now.
It's really a world of difference from the other area that we've been swimming in. It was like night and day. The coral has gone, it's broken, it's white. And the only living thing anywhere near there was sea urchins. Thousands, tens of thousands of them. There is no structures, no seaweed, and no fish. It's just a testimony to the effect of thousands of feet every day, trampling on the corals, people fishing and breaking the corals, boats, anchors smashing into the corals. And of course, any damage to those corals makes them far more vulnerable to effects like climate change, the temperature of the sea rising, and of course, bleaching of the coral. The reason why the sea urchins have exploded in numbers is because there are no triggerfish to keep that population in check.
With the coral heavily damaged in parts of Kenya's coastline, Katana's work is only just beginning. I'm in Vipingo with Katana Ngala as he teaches me about the biodiversity of coral reefs in Kenya. This ecosystem is a source of livelihood for many people, but the reefs have been damaged. Katana shows me an interesting method they use to restore the reef by planting coral.
So what do I need to do?
This is how you are going to make the plugs.
What is this?
This is sand mixed with a cement and some water. But before you put in the sand, you have to make holes using the plug,
so these are
like
the
this.
holes, okay.
Yeah.
The first part of the process is to make the plugs on which small pieces of coral will be attached. Once they've been made, we'll take them out to sea. As you can see, making the plugs is quite a precise affair, especially when you consider they have to remain underwater for some time.
Any initiative that is helping the coral reefs to survive, like the creation of marine protected areas and the planting of baby corals to increase the surface area of corals, is doing a huge service for our oceans.
It's so exciting to be part of this process. And next, we have to take the plugs out of the tables that Katana has put out at sea. It's here that we'll plant the baby coral. The advantage of having this coral farm in shallow waters is that we don't have to dive.
These tables are made using metal bars and plastic mesh. In this one table, there is 10 rows, whereby one row there is 21 holes. One table, a total of 210 plugs. So the first thing we are going to do, we are going to clean the net. After cleaning the net, we have now to clean the molds, because if you are going to clean the molds and not clean the plastic mesh, then the algae will grow and cover the molds.
Okay.
And when they grow and cover the molds, the coral will not breathe very well.
I see. Now what?
After that, now you start cleaning the metal bar.
It's so dirty. Oh. The fish think
The algae grow very quickly, very
the
quickly.
fish look like they are
But as
eating it. This is a really interesting job. I would love to be a teenager again, a volunteer to come and just work out here. It is beautiful. The sea is full of colorful fish. The temperature is fantastic. The water is not cold, it's quite warm. And the work, okay, it's a bit strenuous. You might lose a few calories, build some muscles, but it's such a pleasure to be out here in the water.
Okay, the next process now is to clean the plugs.
Okay.
You have to clean that and place back to where it was, because each plug, it has its number.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
The surface, this is a very important part to clean first, because this is the part you are going to put the glue, and it is the part where you are going to stick the coral.
Why are they biting me? Is this clean enough? Or?
Yeah, this is now okay. This is plug number C16.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah. C16?
Yeah.
Okay.
The initiative to restore this area with coral began in 2019. Once the juvenile corals are big enough to survive, they will be planted on the seabed. If this works, it could provide a model for repairing the coral reef along the entire Kenyan coast.
So Paula, this is red now. Now we can go and find the broken pieces of corals and come and plant it.
Big piece.
Yeah, we have found it. So we are going to cut this part, which is dead, and leave away. And we will take the life part.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go. Not all people understand that coral is a living animal. Most of them know that coral are just stone. And also the strengthness of the sea are the corals. These corals, they are houses of the fish. So where there is plenty of coral, there is plenty of fish. That's why we have started doing coral nurturing.
So Katana is hammering with a chisel on the coral in order to break the pieces apart, to get the living piece off the dead piece. Coral is such a sensitive thing, and it looks like it's quite hard. What he's doing is quite precise. If you hit it in the wrong place, it might just shatter in different pieces. So you kind of want to make sure that you're going to get the most number of pieces from this one, broken piece of coral. You want to get the most number of pieces that could then be transplanted onto the little coral farm here. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll catch it. Oh.
Yeah, it's quite too hard.
So this is one piece that we will glue onto
the plants.
Oh, what are we doing now?
You have to measure the size also. This is 5 centimeters.
5 centimeters.
It's up to you how you are going to take your data. You can take every month, but I think it's better to take after maybe 3 months to 4 months. There you can notice the difference.
So it can double in size every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Coral reef is a very sensitive and complex ecosystem, so it actually takes a long time for recovery. When I go out on it, I can see little sponges, invertebrates, all sorts of different things. So I can see it really coming back now, and the structure really being healthy after 15 years of not being broken down and trampled. And we need to have these long periods of protection that's very stable, very reliable, to allow for recovery to happen.
This is amazing. We're planting baby corals and we're starting a new coral forest. I'm really looking forward to finding out what it's going to be like at the end of the year when I come back.
I've been part of many conservation efforts in my time, but this community restoration project really excites me. It's important to the people and the marine life of Kenya. They're doing much more than just planting coral. Part of their program is to educate and involve local children.
Sasa kila mmoja na kuta moja moja hapo. Lakini kabla mkiokota msivae manzo. Nitawaeleza jinsi ya kuvaa. We've also decided now to go to school to teach the kids that there's importance of this resource, and also the endangered species, whereby how can we help the endangered species. So once we teach them, we bring them, if we have beach cleanups, and then we take also the kids to we have boat ride, so that they may see the importance and the goodness of the marine. And they will own it, because not only to teach them, but once they see exactly, they will understand it very well that this is their resource and they have to own it.
Kwani hizi coral zinaumizwa nani?
Hizi coral huwa zinakufanya kana bleaching kwa sababu ya miale ya jua ikizidi. Alafu pia predator mwingine wa coral, kuna aina nyingine ya starfish mkubwa hivi anaitwa crown of thorn. Pia naye akilalia zile coral vile vile, huwa zile coral zinakufa vile vile.
Hao kasa baharini wao wanaumia kivipi?
Vile vyakula wanavyokula kama jellyfish, unajua viko ile rangi yake ni fanana kama zile plastic. So wanapoona zile plastic hudhani kama ni jellyfish. So wanapokula sasa, unajua ile plastic haisagiki, sasa wanakufa.
When I first came to Kuruwitu, I couldn't believe that this tiny community conservation project was having such a profound impact on Kenya's coastal marine management policies. But after spending several days with Katana, Dixon, and all the others at the Kuruwitu Conservation and Welfare Association, it was very clear that communities, their traditions, and their culture are key to appropriate and long-term conservation solutions. If this model is to be replicated across Kenya and around the world, it's going to need a lot more wildlife warriors.
If you want to help our amazing wildlife, why don't you start a Wildlife Warriors Club in your school? To learn more about this program, please visit our website